Hey guys, welcome to another episode of ProdigiousTrip. I review anything and everything. And today I kind of wanted to talk about, since I did a video on my favorite video game franchises, I figured I should talk about like some of my actual favorite video games from certain consoles. And my very first console, the first thing I got for any kind of video game system was the original Game Boy. Yeah, this thing is amazing. I remember playing this thing for hours. I had at least, I think, 6 games when it came out. And this thing still works, too. At least if I put batteries in it, it'll work, yeah. So, so I figured I'd talk about, like, the top, my top 12, I'm going to say, favorite Game Boy games. And I'll do some Game Boy Color games. So 12 Game Boy Color. I'm not going to do Advance because I think it's a different kind of handheld. So my first game system I ever got was actually the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I didn't get the original Nintendo. If I wanted to play that, I went to a friend's house. And, you know, they had the Zapper. They had the original Super Mario game. But yeah, my first console was Super Nintendo. That was the one I loved, and that was the one I got. That was my first thing. That was my first console that I got. But my first thing that got me into video games was the Game Boy. And yes, you could play Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo if you had the I think it was called Super Game Boy. You would take the cartridge, put it into the Super Nintendo cartridge thingy, and then you could play it on there. I think there's a couple other things that let you play Game Boy games on your TV, or at least on your console. I think for the N64 there was Pokemon Stadium 2. That if you had Pokemon Red, Yellow, Blue, Gold, Silver, I don't think you could do Crystal. I don't think you could use Crystal on that thing, but you can use the other ones, and you can actually plug in your cartridge to that, and you can play either the game, or you can actually transfer your Pokemon to the game so that you can play them in a 3D environment. I don't know if there was another game or something else that you could play your Game Boy games to play on a normal. So you could do it on the NES. I knew that. But let's just jump into it. So for my first game, actually, to tell you the truth, I don't have any more Game Boy cartridges. I know I'm a horrible collector. When I had started realizing that some of these games weren't working anymore, I had no idea. Again, this was, oh man, when the game stopped working, these were, wow, about maybe 20 years ago or something. Wow, geez. Yeah, I'm definitely getting old. I had no idea you could change out the battery in these games. You could take apart the cartridge, and you can actually change out batteries and stuff, and you could still keep the cartridges and all your save data and everything today. I didn't know that. And so I think I sold a lot of my games to, even to just like pawn shops, or not pawn shops, but like game shops and stuff. I mean, I could probably go out and get all these games that I used to have, but luckily for me, the eShop on the 3DS actually had all of the games that I had for my Game Boy. And so I was able to just download them all onto the 3DS, except for one game. And for that one, I'm going to have to go to the emulation device. This is the Ambernic, Ambernic's RG405M. I'm going to call it the Gamecast, okay? And so, oh yeah, this is, probably should have done this earlier and get it all set up. I might just skip some of this here for you. Yeah, let's just skip some of this. All right, I got it all set up now. Okay, here we go. They didn't bring on any of the Star Wars games onto the 3DS, so I'm going to have to actually go onto, like I said, my Gamecast and actually show you guys Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I hear the music here. Yeah. Wow. Looks like I'm hearing a boombox. Love that sound. And then see if I can do this here so you guys can see some of the gameplay on here. Yeah, you actually start off just as Luke on a Tauntaun, and you're just like pretty much just running around Hoth. Oh no, Luke, we need your help. Go check it out. I think you actually fight like a droid or something. Yeah, here we go, here we go. Yeah, take that. Oh, yeah. So you can shoot. You're on your Tauntaun. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, you're on the Tauntaun. You can shoot. You can fall into the pits. You can jump out. Yeah, once you get to this spot here, you could get off of the Tauntaun. Oh, okay. There we go. And then you have to shoot these two guys up here. These are the... And here's the lightsaber. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So, I love that sound. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. So yeah, so that was Star Wars. So that was number 12. And then the rest I can actually play on my 3DS. So I'd rather show you guys the emulation off of here because now the great thing about these games was there was no DLC for it. So when you beat a game, you can actually just play it over again. If you're continuing the game without turning it off, the levels actually get harder, which is fine. I have no problem with that. They do that for Super Mario all the time. And unless you had like Pokemon, then if you wanted like downloadable content, you had to go to Toys R Us, and you had to take your cartridge with you, and they would take a cord, and what they would do is there's a slot right here. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna take this thing right off. Whoop. I won't lose that either. So you plug that into there, you plug your cord here, plug your cord into like another Game Boy, and then you would trade. Like, ooh, ancient times, man, ancient times. And that's how you would get like Mew or Celebi. There's a glitch in Pokemon Red and Blue how you can get Mew, but it's funny, once they came out with Pokemon Bank, it actually registers that Pokemon as a fake. So don't bother trying to trade the glitched Mew that you can actually catch fake in the red and blue games, because it won't work. But the other games I actually have on my 3DS. Here we go. Oh, that's so beautiful. And I had already set up my 3DS a long time ago so that like I have down here. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. G is for Game Boy. And then it'll show you all the games that I have for Game Boy. And the first one I'll talk about is going to be Super Mario Land. And I'm not going to show you guys too much of the gameplay because if you want to look it up, you can find it better online somewhere. And it's just hard for me to do that. I don't have like a really big, I don't have a capture card or anything, or, you know, a fancy setup. So maybe hopefully one day I will, but for right now, you just have to handle me just holding it up, and then I'll just be like, oh yeah, hey, look, let's see if I can play it backwards here. All right. Oh wow, that's awesome. I'm actually doing it. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh, and I died. Is there sound on here? Let's see if I can do it again. Okay, so that's Super Mario Land. Yeah. All right. And then we have Tetris. The OG Tetris. When I mean OG, I think this... No, there was a Tetris that came out before that. I think it was for the original Nintendo. But this one is... See if I can do it again backwards. Oh. Let's see if I can do this. Nah, it's not gonna work. Oh, wait, wait. There we go. Just wanted to get that thing going. Alright, I'm gonna press the home button, bing. Go back to my list, and go over to the next game, and we have Dr. Mario! Yay, Dr. Mario! He deals with viruses like herpes and AIDS. So, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. He deals with, like, I guess, the flu or something? Oh my goodness. Wow, this is like this is herpes right here. Yeah, try, you know, taking a pill for that. And you're dead. Yep. All right, that was Dr. Mario. All right, moving on to the next game. This one was actually really fun. I had to admit, I played this game for hours, and I mean, after I beat it, it was fine. You couldn't actually go to another level or anything, but this is called Adventure Island. And you can actually play, there's a Nintendo version too, so like, an NES version, so there is one like you can play in color and stuff. But yeah, you just go around and you just throw axes as this guy. I don't know his name or anything, I've never really seen him before. You can just kill animals and get fruits. Sometimes you can get a skateboard. Sometimes you can actually get like a dinosaur. I don't know where you can find a dinosaur around here. Oh, there's a glass of milk. Yep, there we go. Oh yeah, I think there's a dinosaur here. Nope, that's just the end of the game. It's a very fun game. It really is. And you go to different islands. You can ride different dragons. You can actually pick your dragon. I don't have any right now. It's a really, really hard game to play. Oh, here's my skateboard. That's fun. Yep. So, yeah. That's Adventure Island. All right. So, moving right along, the next game I have here is Kirby's Pinball Land. Now, I didn't even know that Kirby had another game, or that Kirby was a character that you could actually play, like kind of like Super Mario or Zelda, where you guys can run around, absorb people, and do whatever. I actually just played the pinball game and thought that that was just Kirby, not realizing that, oh yeah, check that out. Robbie, up top, baby. Got the high score. You actually start off, again, just, you can pick which boss you want to fight, so it'll let you, like, you know, whoops, what did I hit? And it takes you to a pinball level where you literally just Oh, come on, wow. This really is a hard game. Anyway, it's fine. It's a pinball game, but on the Game Boy, so it's okay. So, Kirby, and then I have Donkey Kong Land. Now, I don't remember if Donkey Kong had already come out for the Super Nintendo yet. But you can ride like a rhino. You had your buddy with you, Diddy Kong. And see here, again, black and white. And if you can, you know, oh, I missed it. Oh, and I'm dead. Again, you can play as Donkey Kong, you can play as Diddy Kong, just like in the Donkey Kong Country games. Those were fun. And then I didn't realize that they actually had one for the Game Boy. And what was cool about that one was the cartridge was yellow. All of the Game Boy games were gray. And I don't know if it was supposed to be like that or whatever. I know for Pokemon, when they came out, sure enough, Pokemon Blue was a blue cartridge, Pokemon Red was a red cartridge, and Pokemon Yellow, yellow, silver, silver. Crystal was actually like a see-through purple color, which was really cool. I like that. They also did that with a lot of Game Boy Color games, where you could actually, like, I don't know why, see through the cartridge or something. It was supposed to be like a really big thing. So, yeah. So Donkey Kong Land, that was a fun game. And now we're going to get into, of course, the Pokemon games. I really don't have to show you too much of this because, I mean, if you've seen one game, you've seen them all. I'm not even sure if I actually have like a saved file on Pokemon Red. But yeah, I have Pokemon Red that I downloaded onto this one here. The games that I had Pokemon Red, Yellow, Silver, and Crystal. And sure enough, they brought all these out for here. And so, yep, it still works. See if I can go out. Oh, I'm near Pallet Town. Okay, that's cool. Yep, this isn't too bad. Let me see what my Pokemon roster looks like. Oh, I got a Rhyhorn, Diglett, Staryu, Gastly. So it's pretty cool. And for Chuck, if you're watching this, guess what my name is? Wingo. Yep, that was my that was my name. And then here's when we started getting into Pokemon, or the games started getting into color. So when Pokemon Yellow came out, which was like the third of Pokemon Red and Blue, I guess in Japan they actually did come out with a green one called Pokemon Green. But for some reason in America, they just decided to do those two games and then Pokemon Yellow. So, but this one actually has like color and stuff, so you can actually see all the different, again, colors. So, and Pikachu actually follows you in this game, which is pretty cool. I like that. Let me see where I'm at and stuff. Okay. I have no idea where I'm at. I think I'm in Cerulean City, actually. But let me see the list of Pokemon I have here. Ooh, I got a Dragonite. I got Pikachu. I actually named him Glitch. It's actually the Mew that you can catch in the other game, so I caught it. You can actually, again, there is a glitch in the game to where in Pokemon Red and Blue, you can actually glitch and catch Mew. But if you try trading this up into the to later games, it won't work. It'll still say that it's it'll still call it a glitch and you can't trade it. So if you actually wanted a legit Mew, you had to go to the Pokemon, you know, like I said, events to get that. But nowadays, you to get it on, like if you're playing on the Pokemon games on the Switch, you can just download it online. They usually set up mystery gifts and stuff like that so you can get them. So that was Pokemon Yellow. I'll just show you Pokemon Crystal. I mean, Crystal and Silver and Gold are pretty much all the same games, except for in Crystal, when you throw out a Pokemon, it actually had animation for the first time, which was really cool. And you could actually pick if you wanted to be a boy or a girl in the game, because most times you always start off as a boy. So here's Pokemon Crystal. All right, let's see. I only have 212 Pokemon in here. Interesting. Actually, let me see which ones I have. I kind of want to see the Pokemon I have in here. I think I have a feeling I put them in my computer. Yeah, you can actually store your Pokemon that you have in your computer. It's really weird. Aw, I have the original. I have, Charizard, Venusaur. I think I tried to catch them all and put them all in here in the order that they are in the Pokedex. So instead of like having an actual Charmander, an actual Charmeleon, and a Charizard, I just have Charizard. And I try not to get all the evolutions. I just wanted to get the last evolution on here. Oh, okay, so that's cool. But as you can see, the entire level is in color now, not just certain things. Let's see where I'm at and stuff. Ooh, goldenrod. Okay, that's a cool place. And if I'm not mistaken, if I press select, yeah, select, now you're on the bike. And now you can do even faster stuff. And let's see. I think, Pokemon encounter. Yay, let's see what we got here. Rattata. See how it moves? In the other games, you couldn't do that. Your Pokemon wouldn't move at all. There was no animation. It would just stand still. But, I mean, this still looks great. Just the fact that you can see the colors and everything. And, oh, yeah. And so then for my last game that I had was Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. This actually came out straight just for the Game Boy Color. And it actually had a lot of cool stuff in it that you can do. Me and my cousin Joey, he got the same game. And in this game, you can just play the original game. You can do like a challenge mode, or if you again, you'd have to hook up your Game Boys with a cord, and you can actually like play each other in certain games. Here's the original 1985 version, and I think I'm on a different world than World 1, so it actually saves everything too. I like that too. So yeah, that was the games that I had originally on cartridge growing up for the Game Boy. And I did get a couple other games on here, but I didn't have the cartridges growing up. So I just wanted to show you guys just the original 12 games that I had. And I think that was 12, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11? I thought I had... Oh, yeah, and yeah. The Empire Strikes Back game that I couldn't get anywhere else, so I had to do it on emulation and stuff. But yeah, those were just my original 12 games that I had for the Game Boy, and I loved them. I played them all the time. Again, I was an only child, so I could only just play by myself. And then if a friend of mine got a Game Boy, my cousin Joey, he actually got one, and we grew up playing Tetris with each other. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew this, but Tetris could be a 2-player game. And when you played Tetris with 2 players, again, you have to connect the Game Boys and stuff. If you played Tetris with 2 players, one of you was Mario, one of you was Luigi. Did not know that. I for the life of me, I didn't know Tetris was a Mario game. But I only found that out when you try to link them together to, again, you can't trade or whatever, but it was just to play with each other. And, yeah, the only other thing I would do is if I was playing Pokemon and someone wanted to trade, they'd have to have their own Game Boy, their own game. And again, that was the only way to get, like, the Eevee evolutions at the time, because they didn't have any kind of a way to get another Eevee unless you just restarted your game, traded over something. And it's really hard to do that. But nowadays, you can just catch them and you can breed them and you can do all these other things. And the mechanics of the game are just ridiculous. But in the OG games, it was fun. So yeah, thanks for sticking around as I did this, and hopefully I'll catch you guys later. So please like and subscribe, and I'll have a good day.